Hey, all you Morbussies. Welcome to the Morbius cast.
The Morbussy.
Holy cow! Do it again.
Hey,
Do it again.
yo.
Don't
I
call
go
us
for
that.
some
That's
Morbussy.
just don't cut that
No,
out.
that's
No.
staying in. That's staying in. That's staying in.
Hot off the press of Morbius reaching $1 more billion at the box office, we are here to do a full deep dive into the story and themes of the hit Jared Leto film. I'm kidding. The movie was dog shit. It was a 1 out of 10, like literally. Welcome to Manga Alert, everyone. Today we have a very special returning guest. If you remember last time, we sort of went through all of our previous videos talking about who we hadn't heard from in years. One of those was Mr. Neptune plays here. And after that video, we realized that he wasn't ghosting us on purpose. His Discord just got hacked. So this whole time we thought he was just literally ignoring us, but he just wasn't using the account.
What? Okay, to clarify, I'm not sure if it was hacked, but when I tried to log in, my password was incorrect. I tried sending a reset password. It would not let me reset it. And it said I needed my recovery code in order to do it, which is bullshit.
So you're actually just an idiot and forgot your password. Well, either way...
Discord supports an idiot. That is what's...
Either way, welcome back to the podcast. It has been a while. Apparently, you have not been reading anything.
I have tried to finish Promised Neverland several times.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not sure.
Listen,
I'm
okay,
not sure
we'll
what
get into
chapter
this.
I'm on. Okay, but I just remember after watching your video about the season 2 of the anime, I started getting back into it and trying to finish it.
We'll get into this, but we do have a few housekeeping things. First of all, Shaman wanted to make it into this podcast. In fact, he actually joined the call for 2 seconds and then left because he forgot that he wasn't actually a host anymore. So he left. So good riddance.
We don't want him around any longer than he has to.
And now Based was actually talking with us before the cast started. He's actually gotten himself in a bit of hot water recently with some MangaTube Instagram drama. We're not really going to discuss it here because we're not really a part of that, but he did give this statement to us, and so we're going to go ahead and play that now. If you did not hear anything, then he pussied out and did not give us a statement. So, yeah.
About the based State of a Union.
Interesting stuff. I hope he makes it out of that okay.
Wow, that was really interesting.
Yeah, so Based, we wish you all the best in your ongoing drama. Yeah, and God bless everyone involved. Okay, so...
Hey, God bless. This is recorded day after
It's
Easter.
the American way.
That is true. That is true.
God bless. God
How was
bless.
your Easters, everyone? You get a...
It was pretty ballin'.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would say so.
I will say, we actually did get a comment about Morbius. Has anyone else seen Morbius? Am I the only one?
Now that I've heard the reviews, I'm not spending $20 to go see it.
Listen, I am very committed to the Venom meme. Like, I will fully go on the record calling Venom 1 and 2, like, cinema masterpieces. Can't get enough of that shit. And I would have been fine doing it for Morbius, but Morbius was actually so bad that I literally just can't.
Not even for the meme?
Like, every time I see someone say, like, oh, Morbius, Martin Scorsese, cinema, like, I can't stomach it. It's disgusting.
Okay, I actually thought you really liked Venom.
No, I do. Okay, like truthfully,
I've been lied to.
No, truthfully, I do enjoy the Venom movies. They are like schlock, but they are very fun.
Okay.
So that's why I don't have a problem going with the meme. But Morbius just ain't it. If Sony decides to continue the story of Michael Morbius, I may kill myself. So.
They're going to, man. You watch that
No,
after credit scene?
Yeah, I watched the after credit scene.
The Morbius verse.
It gave me like fucking Dark Universe vibes with Tom Cruise and the Mummy. How they were gonna do a whole thing with that. Yeah, nah. Anyway, Buzz is sending me Morbius memes. Shut up. All right. So yeah, so Easter was fun. The Easter Bunny came for all of you. I hope I got some chocolate.
I also
We
got
came
massive amounts of chocolate. I also got bath bombs, which was interesting.
Ooh, bath bombs. Sexy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Muscle reviving bath bombs.
My mama gave me a thing of spaghetti.
Ooh. Hey, listen. Spaghetti.
Nice.
Spaghetti's like a S tier pasta.
I hate spaghetti.
What the fuck?
That's not
I
important.
work at an Italian restaurant, and honestly, I take offense to that.
I don't listen. The small tangent. I don't think that spaghetti is like the worst pasta, but I've just had it too much. That's why.
What is the?
That's
what is
fair
the worst
enough.
Pasta.
You know what? I don't know, but for me, it'd probably be spaghetti. It's simply just because I've had it too much. But that's the thing.
You can never
I'm
have
pretty-
enough spaghetti.
I'd argue angel hair pasta is the worst pasta.
Fuck is that?
Is that a
It's
manga?
Like it's like extremely yeah, angel hair.
This is pasta
it's a
alert. This is
very-
manga alert. Get that out of here.
It's a
Pasta
very thin
alert.
pasta that like breaks apart as you eat it.
Ew.
Yeah, it's yeah. Old
Alright.
people get it because they can't chew. it.
Anyway, so our agenda for today, as we just discussed, Neptune has not been keeping up with manga for the past long while. And so we were kind of just going to run down everything that happened in the last 2 years, or really anything we can think about, and sort of just fill him in. Let him know what he's been missing. But first, as always, we're just going to go in a little circle and discuss what we've been reading recently. Neptune doesn't have to say anything here if he has nothing. So, who wants to go first? Buzz?
Actually, what if we start with Neptune? I want to we kind of get his thoughts about.
Okay, fine. How about this?
The Promised Neverland.
Okay,
You know,
Neptune.
something like
What
that?
was the last thing? Like, what were the most recent things you've read since you've been on last?
I think the most recent thing was The Promised Neverland. I can't remember reading any like one-off chapters or anything. I still have the Shonen Jump app and I still like glance at it from time to time. But I remember, what was the last thing I read in Promised Neverland? Something. I know they already made the promise, and it was basically in like the penultimate battle of.
Oh, so you're like close to finishing it. You have like
I'm
3 or
very
4.
close.
So
to
you
finishing
just
it,
pussied
yeah.
out.
Basically, yeah.
Listen. I don't blame you. It's not great.
I just watched the anime instead for the real ending.
Well, you said you saw my videos on the anime. That's a whole other beast. That literally makes fucking the manga look like monster. It's like
It's so baffling. Like I'm baffled.
Yep.
Baffled that they did that, man. Like I
Yeah,
can't.
when I heard they took out the Goldie Pond arc, a little bit of me died inside. I was
Yeah,
because I was also hyping it up like a lot, like the season 2 anime. I was hyping
Yeah,
it
same.
up so much.
Because even though the manga got bad, I was like, listen, guys, who gives a shit? Season 2's still gonna be great. I'm like, oh,
they're gonna animate one of the best parts of the whole series, and then it's gonna be like, okay, yeah, season 3 won't be great, but then all of a sudden, it's just game over, I guess.
Yep. All right. Well, Buzz, what have you been reading these past few weeks?
Well, I think the last major manga I read, it was around the time of the last podcast. I read all of,
Hello?
Sorry, my
And we
phone.
never heard from him again.
My phone just fell off the
Nice.
ceiling. I had it up there to get a better internet signal.
The ceiling?
I was reading Land of the Lustrous,
Oh yeah.
which I loved.
That,
I that was super good.
yeah, that's the Steven Universe thing.
Mm-hmm.
For-
Yeah,
The
it's
one that had like the CGI anime to it.
Yeah, they're like gemstones who come alive and they sing songs about their feelings.
Interesting.
Dude, baller.
I
God, guys.
No, but it was actually really good though.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
I
it's
was
great.
incredibly surprised.
I actually. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, well, I was gonna say it actually reminded me a whole lot of Attack on Titan, but like
In the good way.
it was
hope.
basically, what I wanted Attack on Titan to be. Like it was very. It was a far more serious manga than I anticipated, but it was also just really good. Really. Obviously, like looking at the covers and seeing like all these, cute anime girl gems, dancing around and stuff. It's kind of fake news. It's actually a pretty intense series.
Oh yeah, we all know the sort. But yeah, no, I've heard good things about it. I actually wanted to start it once. I read like a few pages, and then I'm like, nah, man, I got better stuff to do right now. So, I am aware of it.
Fair enough.
I think it's on hiatus now or something.
Yeah, it's been on hiatus for like almost a year and a half now.
Yeah, that's too bad. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to that someday. Shrug, what's been up with you?
Okay, so I'm looking at the last I guess before Bakuman. Well, I guess so I read Bakuman and that ended out the year. And I've actually read quite a bit since the last podcast, and I have a list. So I reread Full Metal Alchemist just because I have
good.
I have a big video planned, or I have a big video planned. Yes, I have one planned, so I reread it, and then I read Astra: Lost in Space.
Wait, you did we talk about that at all together? Or
I think I mentioned it a couple of times, like on Discord, and then I would like just be like, "Hey, yo, like what's going on here?" Like, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, this part."
yeah, geez, I don't remember that for some reason. But yeah, Astra's
Yeah.
a fucking amazing. So, hell yeah.
And then I read through the manga of Parasite.
Pog.
And then after that, just because I bought it, I own it, I wanted to read it. I read through Barrage.
Okay.
Just because I was like, hey, let's get it. Was it as bad as everyone thinks that it is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty whatever. But like the first chapter had such like potential, and I thought that the first chapter I was all like, dang, actually that's some nice potential to set up, but it's kind of like whatever, generic, who cares? And then the rest was just slowly downhill. And then I was like, I just don't care. I don't remember the name of the main character, and I read it 2 months ago. Then I read through Your Lie in April because I was just...
It's
I
April.
Took a long... It is April. But actually, I read all of these in January and February. Like, I read
So,
all this.
what's wrong with you then?
I don't know. I had a lot of spare time, I guess. First semester that I'm not in college, so I'm like, look at all this spare time I have. And then I read through all of Fire Force because it ended.
Yo, let's go.
And without spoiling the ending, I
was gonna say without spoilers, please.
I can surely say, I still don't know if I like the ending or not.
Listen, most people know I'm not a fan of Fire Force, but I do know how it ends, and like, what the fuck?
The problem is there's like one major thing that I can't talk about or it would spoil so much that I'm like, that one thing is the entire catalyst to the whole ending, and it doesn't make sense. And then I'm sitting there like, yeah, cool, because it ends and is like the way that it ends and what it turns into. But then it's like, oh, like, come on. And so I'm...
It's like if at the end of Morbius, when Morbius flies into the sky and roars or whatever, then all of a sudden he transforms into Paolo Gucci, and then House of Gucci plays. That's
that's a great analogy. It's like,
gotta go see Morbius.
it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. whatsoever.
I do applaud the balls that he had to actually do that.
Okubo definitely had. That's a ballsy move.
I'm even surprised the publisher let him do that.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know how he pulled that off, but whatever. And then I'm actually at a crossroads right now because I told my roommates that if they started One Piece, I would reread it all with them. Because I'm all caught up to date physically for it. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, if I could get them into it, then I'll reread the whole thing. This is not anything that I'm like, I will not shy away from it. I will reread all of One Piece again. So I'm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I couldn't even finish it once.
Yeah, I know. I caught up to it, and then I had to reread it all again to do like reviews and stuff, which I don't do those anymore. But
Now, did you start with Thriller Bark?
no, I didn't start with Thriller Bark. I'm sorry.
Have you told your roommates to start with Thriller Bark?
No,
What the heck?
I'm sorry.
It's literally your rule.
It is my rule. Neptune, have you been around since that joke has been a thing?
What joke?
What the hell,
The
man?
Thriller Bark joke? You don't know the Thriller Bark joke?
I don't believe so.
Anyways, so yeah, I said I'll reread all of One Piece. And then at the same time as the day that I told them that, I had already started Tagami Bachi because it's a short series, and I was like, I want to reread through it. So yeah, I've been very busy. Majority of those I read in like January and February. I didn't read really anything in March, and then I haven't read anything in April up until now. So
Been a little bookworm.
yeah, I can freaking dig through some manga, like no problem. It's like I'm looking at Blue Exorcist right now. I could reread it all right now if I wanted to.
You don't have to.
But I could.
Anyway, Neptune, Neptune, did you say there was something else you read?
I have been trying to keep up with some stuff, like just some lore, but I haven't heard anything like any mangaka getting canceled or arrested, as the Rurouni Kenshin author.
Well, have you heard about Wait, you haven't heard about Act Age?
Act Age. I feel like I have, but
You probably
I cannot
have.
remember.
Whatever. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't want to get into Act Age again.
I don't like talking about it just because I was such a huge fan of the series and I was like really pushing it on everyone. So
I think I remember that.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Anyway, so what I've been up to, I haven't been reading much. I've been just reading a lot of like real books.
Boo.
Yeah, whatever. But I did.
You don't need pictures.
True, but I've mostly just been reading like series that I've always been interested in reading that are like just wrapping up. I read Dead Demons Dead Destruction as that ended a few weeks ago, and that was fantastic. Very good stuff. Asano really he made something super unique with that one. Yeah, it was something. It was like, God, it was like if Attack on Titan were like a slice of life series, kind of like. I don't know. It was fucking nuts and great. And now, Golden Kamui is ending in a week, and I am
wow.
Yeah. You see, you've been gone so long. All these old long running.
I remember when that first came out.
Yeah, right. No, you don't. You were like in elementary school then, but yeah. So I'm about halfway through that now, and I passed the parts that I read originally, and yeah, it's fantastic. It's one of the best historical series out there. The whole story and the whole vibe, it's just great, and it's surprisingly hilarious. I love it. It's great, and it'll probably continue to be this good because that's all I've been hearing. So that'll be wrapping up soon. I'll do a review for that before I go on my big trip in May. Going back home. We're gonna go see Avril Lavigne on the way. We're gonna go see Sonic 2.
And
That's something
Sonic
else.
2. That's all
no.
that
Yeah.
matters.
Wow.
A man's movie. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've been keeping up. The only mangas I've been like keeping up with weekly have been Kaguya Oshinoko. Kaguya is also about to end. And I have
Love
most
is
of
War?
my
Love is War, or is it a
Yes,
different one?
yes, that's also ending. I have all of the volumes now except for one, which is coming in later, so I'll have the full series when I get to reread it. And then I've been keeping up, of course, with Oshinoko, and it is a banger, and continues to be a banger. Continues to be one of the best manga ever written. Akasaka is a legend. And Blue Box. Yeah, which is nice and cute. Yeah. I've been like, and stuff like My Hero and Mashal and those, I usually like read those in chunks. Like I'll wait for 5 chapters to build up and then read those. And yeah. That's what's been up here. Now Neptune left. He like went to go shit or something. And like the whole point of this podcast was for us to tell him stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, I just had to unlock the door for my brother. He's staying the night at my apartment. Anyway,
Does your brother know that you're doing manga alert?
Yes, he is very well aware of the significance.
Well, he doesn't
Okay.
know well enough.
Anyway, I guess so.
I had one last series.
Oh, okay. Of course you do. Go ahead. What's up?
I have been reading Kentaro Yabuki's ongoing masterpiece, Ayakashi Triangle.
What the fuck? This is an R-rated podcast, but we're not like that. We're not a horny podcast, right? Like,
Wait, what
Yeah.
is this? Am I gonna regret looking this up right now?
yeah. So this is
It's
Kentaro Yabuki,
Oh, yeah.
right? He makes degenerate manga, and Ayakashi Triangle was sort of the replacement in Shonen Jump for the Haunted Hot Springs, where it's like borderline porn.
Oh
but it's
wait,
in
it's like the replacement of the Hot Springs one.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
frick,
they,
no!
Yeah.
Oh,
like
God.
they always
Wait,
have
wait,
a
Yuna
borderline.
and the Haunted Hot Spring? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yeah, so like
Bruh.
they're like Shonen Jump always has like one borderline porn manga, and in the volumes it's actually uncensored. But in the magazine,
Yes,
it
sir.
is, yeah, it's like a body swapping thing, or something, or not a body. Like he becomes a girl.
gender swap.
Yeah, like he becomes a girl. He's like, oh my god, I have titties now. Ooh. And yeah. Anyway, it's actually leaving Shonen Jump. It's not being canceled, but it is leaving the main magazine and becoming a Jump Plus digital exclusive.
I know that. Okay, I just looked up Kentaro Yabuki because I'm like, okay, the name seems familiar. He's the guy that made Black Cat, but then it says up here that
Lovely.
his mentor was Takeshi Obata, and I don't know why that just is really funny to me.
Well, yeah, sounds about right. Anyway, yeah. So this manga, it's actually just leaving the magazine, and I wonder if this has to do, because I know it has been controversial in Japan because parents are like, what the fuck? Why are our kids reading porn? So that
Yeah, there's been like various chapters which didn't get published in English because apparently they were too spicy.
Yeah, that's another thing. And now the series will still be getting translated, just not on the Shonen Jump app anymore. It's going to be on Manga Plus only. It's just so like, what the fuck? I don't know. But is it good, Buzz? Are you enjoying it? That's all that matters.
See, here's the thing. At first, I hated it and I dropped it at first. But then I kept reading it and it got like less ecchi and more battle manga focused and it became good. But here's the thing. Here's the problem I have with it. It's basically like a slice of life tame battle manga. It's a lot like Inuyasha. But
Buzz is Shug's
there's
favorite.
like these
Gross.
random these random ecchi scenes, like every chapter, like pretty much every chapter, there's like one scene of someone being like, "Oops, I'm accidentally naked now," and stuff like that. And so like I like it, but like it has these random things that's like, okay, dude, that didn't need to be there, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what
I don't know. I'm
that's
kind
what
of
that's what you signed up for. So, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of half and half on it right now.
Also, I was just looking on my Anime Planet to see like what I was reading all when I was active, and in my reading tab, I totally forgot that I was reading Maiden Abyss.
Oh man!
Speaking of
Fucking bang.
speaking of
but
unnecessary,
chapters never come out.
Game of the year next year, guys. Remember?
yeah. Speaking of unnecessary sus moments, you know, I've heard that series has gone like really overboard with that stuff. So I have not been
With the
eager
sus?
to.
Yeah, it's basically a hentai now. That's why I dropped it.
Bruh,
I've
that's
not.
oh man, dude.
It's really.
That's
I mean, like
unfortunate.
the series always had some kind of weird shit like that, but like it was never like that frequent. But
Was it Nunnally and stuff? I imagine that's probably what it.
well,
came from.
I mean, like there was like all like with all the characters really, but whatever. But but yeah, and it just
Yeah, it's like really, really fetishy. And
it's
stuff.
really disappointing just because like it has one of like the coolest worlds out of like any manga I've ever read.
Mm-hmm.
It's also really that's also makes the video game disappointing because the video game looks horrible. And when I first heard about the game, I'm like, man, not getting my hopes up because anime games usually suck, but this would make one sick ass world to explore, and yeah, it'll suck. So, whatever.
Bro, it looks so bad.
Man, you see, there's like a new One Piece game coming out that looks terrible, and then there's also a mobile One Piece game
Yeah.
that has better animations than the console one.
Yeah, One Piece Odyssey. I
Well, yeah,
think?
One Piece. Fuck off with the Odysseys. Like, just give up.
Odyssey,
Just stop
yes,
it.
see. Odyssey, yes, see.
Like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey wasn't as bad because, you know, clearly they were making it while Mario Odyssey was coming out. But like One Piece Odyssey, fuck off. You missed your chance. To
Wait,
use
did
that
we get
game.
to possess people with Luffy's Gum Gum powers? Does he just like transform into them?
It sounds like a Kirby game now.
No, he could just like stretch himself into the shape of the enemies and just rip off Odyssey.
Yeah, he just.
Just engulf them.
All right. So what has Neptune missed? What are some big stories? Neptune, were you here for the Samurai 8 drama? You know that stuff.
Was that the new manga that the Naruto mangaka made?
Yeah.
The only thing I heard about it was that it existed. That was about it.
That's
Yeah.
about as far as you should
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that was a good time. I think what was more fun about that experience was people's reactions and like huffing high levels of copium. It was a
Was
fun
it
time.
like? Was it received?
Oh no! Well,
guess,
that's the thing. It
by
like
Naruto fans, was it received well and they
No.
were excited for it?
There
and
was
it
only,
Not,
like-
not
excited,
even
or-
really.
there was only like a small group of people who actually liked it, and whenever the sales were coming out and they were terrible, they're like, "Oh no, guys, it'll pick up. Don't worry." Then it got canceled, and they're like, "I can't believe Shonen Jump would commit a war crime." It was funny.
It, I
It was so
can
bad.
see their point because Naruto is one of the most popular manga probably of all time, and if the artist comes back and makes a new one, you in your head you're like, oh, surely it can't get canceled, but I mean they're not immune to making, I guess, trash manga.
Yeah, well, I think the problem, and I've said it before, I think the problem with Samurai 8 was just like he had become such a staple that the editors decided to just let him do whatever and not like monitor what he was doing because he ended up falling into like a bunch of pitfalls that can kill a series early on. So yeah. Now Kubo came back and had the complete opposite response with Burn the Witch. So good for him, I guess.
But Bleach is still getting an anime this year.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? I know
Come
Buzz
on.
does. I know Buzz, man.
1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah, listen.
And he came back with the new arc chapter, which is actually pretty baller.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm done with Bleach. Fuck that shit. Now you see, but the thing is, Kishimoto didn't even need Samurai 8 because Boruto is still going as strong as ever.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, he just, when Samurai 8 crashed, he just jumped ship on that, and he's like, well, guys, I'm actually going to help with the story of Boruto now. Like, it was his plan from the beginning. Like, it just seems like he was just like, if Samurai 8 fails, I think I can just hop on with Boruto. He's like, and I'll just, like, write the story for that. And, dude, like, my roommate really...
Did it get worse, though?
Well, my roommate really loves Boruto.
Ew.
But, like, the stuff that I've been seeing, like, what... Do we care for Boruto spoilers?
No one cares. And if you do care, then get the fuck out of here.
They go back...
For never
Dude, they
spoilers,
go
guys.
back in time... to meet, like, Jiraiya and young Naruto. So Boruto and young Naruto are, he's all like, oh, you're my kid, or something along those lines. They go back in time. I don't know if they, like, come in contact, but, like, they somehow go back in time to meet them. And
this is disgusting.
Yeah, and it's like,
is that the new movie that's coming out?
No
The one that's called, like, Naruto a Boruto movie?
Naruto a Boruto movie? There's no way. You're lying.
It's called something like that.
You're lying. You are lying. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's called Boruto. No wait, hold on. No, this is a movie that already came out. Boruto, Naruto the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was already a movie. That was like the start of Boruto. Yeah, but also Boruto, Naruto the movie. What the fuck? Yeah, anyway, guys, you want to hear an interesting fact? So Boruto is actually a year, like, older than Manga Alert. It has been going now for
Wait,
6
what?
years. Boruto is 6 years old.
Well, guys,
Dang.
we're not ending until we're not ending until Boruto ends, I guess.
Yeah. The anime is about as long past the original Naruto's episode count. It's almost at 250 now. So
Wow.
So Boruto fans, all 10 of you, have been eating very good these past several years. So good for you. What else? So what else has happened? So Platinum End ended.
Platinum End. Yo, that was the one that Harold
Yes, sir.
absolutely loved.
So I think I'm the
Platinum
only,
ended. Got him.
yeah. So I think I'm the only one here who has finished it.
Not yet. I'm next.
Oh, you're. Oh.
Yeah,
oh.
I couldn't keep going. I had to drop it at like 10 episodes.
Oh, you watched the. Wait, you started it? The anime?
That's
Yeah.
They made an
Okay.
anime?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
So you've really been out of it, but yeah. So recently they actually made a full Platinum End anime, and they ruined the only decent thing about the manga, which was the art. They made this just horrible, terrible looking show. The animation was bad. All of the Power Ranger suits were in crappy low frame CGI. It was just yeah, and it has like a 6 on my anime list, which is 6 might be a fine score normally,
Yeah,
but for
6.2.
my anime list, that's like really bad. It's like it's rough. Yeah, and it was so funny because the exact same thing happened when the manga first started. Everyone was hyping it up, and then like just after 3 episodes, nothing, and so
Yeah, I'm looking at the studio that made it, and the only thing that they're known for is Recovery of an MMO Junkie, which was a like 2017 release. It was like 10 episodes, and it was a very niche like show. They also did
that was-
the Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs OVA.
it looks like they also they co-produced the Fooly Cooly sequels, which, by the way, Fooly Cooly is getting 2 more sequels. Please stop!
Like,
Oh my
okay.
god!
Also, aren't
Yeah,
they
did
like
you see it? It's like CG
Yeah,
now.
they're like CG, which I have literally not heard a single thing about alternative or progressive, and
No one like, from what I understand, they sucked. I haven't even checked them out because I heard they just sucked. Like, everyone's like, these were pointless. They misunderstood the original show.
wait.
And,
So who makes it?
well, let's see. It was collaboration between Production IG, Signal MD, and Production Good Book.
I just don't get why would they not have Trigger do it? Like that like
I mean,
that-
Trigger
seems like
wants
the perfect
out.
animation
no,
studio
well,
to do
but
it.
no, but that's the thing. The guys from Gynax went over to
Yeah.
Trigger, and so I don't get why that Trigger didn't make it.
You see, I have a better solution. Just don't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which like I
Trigger
was
only
like,
makes
oh,
good animes, so they had
Which-
to step away from
Yeah.
it.
which
It's like Disney rebooting like their old movies to try and make some extra money off it. Like it's not going to come out
Yeah.
as good. And
Fully
it's not
coolly
gonna-
live
it's just-
action.
Now-
yeah, it's just the nostalgia factor that people watch it for, and they know that,
Yeah.
so they know they're going to get money from it.
Yeah, it's some
I-
nonsense.
I
But
can-
anyway, yeah. So Platinum End. Spoilers. Everyone dies. The end.
No.
Like literally, God is like, I'm gonna kill myself,
he
and
was
God
so
kills
ugly
himself, and
that
everyone dies.
died.
I did rewatch the scene in the anime, and it was still just as bad. And it was like, it's like they're just like people are just walking down the street, and then all of a sudden like the baby disappears, and they're like, oh my God, my baby, and then they all start disappearing because they're all being
Jesus, there's
blinked out.
24 episodes of this.
It's
Well, here's the thing, like it needed more to not be rushed. So like I don't know anyone who's actually sat through the whole thing, but I feel like it would have been a rushed mess because, I mean, the series was like, it's an OBA series, so it was pretty wordy, and it was 14 volumes long. So I definitely think it needed more than 24. But well, I mean, it needed 0 because it shouldn't have gotten 1.
It was so ugly that everyone died. The end.
Yeah.
How much of the anime did you watch, Gear?
Like 4 episodes.
Mm.
Just to see, because I was curious, but it was like so rough, and I'm like, man, I fucking hate this manga.
Yeah.
I'm curious if anyone's ever heard of this. It's called Alice in Borderland.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I
yes.
have, but I don't know much about it.
I did not read the manga, but I did watch the Netflix K-drama for it, and it was pretty fucking good. I won't lie, I enjoyed myself.
K-drama.
I love Netflix spending 3 years releasing Stone Ocean. That's great.
Good for them, I guess.
I actually like.
All we really need to do in this podcast is talk about Squid Game Season 2 coming out
Yeah, fuck off.
October
Let's
31st.
go.
Squid Games.
Wait.
What's that new one? Tomodachi Games. That's just Squid Games, but worse.
Tomodachi, I've never heard of
It's
this.
like a new anime that's out, and people are like trying to hype it up, but it's apparently bad.
Yeah, the Asagi
Tomodachi
fans have
game.
been getting into it, but that's about it that I've seen.
It's a manga series by Mikoto Yamaguchi.
That is a fun name to pronounce.
Let's
So
see
I'm
some
looking
data
at the
on it.
Platinum End page with Mirai, main guy. He has 131 favorites.
Who are
And you
these
compare
people?
that to like the 500,000 or whatever Light has. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Mirai's one of the blandest characters I think I've ever seen in a manga, which is great. But yeah, I mean, but just in general, like Platinum End aside, this seems to be a very baller year for some anime. We have, of course, Spy Family is finally out, and it is fantastic. Have you guys checked out the show yet?
I've
Dude,
seen a lot
I,
of it on Twitter.
I can't. Like, I don't have Crunchyroll Premium, but like, we were sitting there on the couch, and I instantly saw that the first episode came out, and I freaked out. Went to Crunchyroll, and they're like, you need a subscription, and I'm like,
You're
I can
poor.
wait. I can wait, man. I like, I've been saying this to my roommates for the past probably couple of months now. And I said the Spy Family anime is going to come out and is going to shake the world. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
I was
And-
like same thing with Chainsaw Man. It's like this year is about to be ballin' in terms.
I'm so
of
excited for
an-
Chainsaw Man's
Oh
anime.
my gosh.
gonna
Spy
be so
Family
good.
is the ranked number 4 anime of all time on Mal.
With only like
It's
an
not.
episode out right now.
Two episodes, yeah.
You're shitting
Holy-
me.
It
Dude,
is. It's number 4.
Neptune, listen, it like
This is
I know
why
it's
my anime
like,
list is scuffed, bro. This is why it's
dude,
scuffed. I'm
Neptune,
just saying.
listen, we're
No,
not
listen.
lying to you, man. Like you
Listen.
got to hear us out. It's that good. I
Listen,
wouldn't say
yeah,
it's like one of like the top ones
listen,
of all time, but
we
like
make-
it's so good.
we make fun of my anime list, and of course with Based and all his nonsense, but like, yeah, it deserves to be here.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, yeah, it's number 3 on Anime Planet. That's what I use.
It's incredible. Like the manga's amazing, but just like the production of the anime, it's like, man, it's Wit and Cloverworks making magic together. It's like, man, and
Wit?
not only, yeah. Studio
Holy
Wit and
shit.
Cloverworks collaboration. It's incredible. And not only are we getting it this season, but it's getting a part 2 in October, still this year. And that'll be the season they introduce the dog. It's going to be like, holy shit, man.
Looks like I found a new anime I need to keep up with.
Definitely. Kaguya is also back with Kaguya-sama Ultra Romantic, which is ranked number 13 of all time on my anime list. And I definitely think, I mean, like, this is obviously my favorite manga ever. I think the arc it's going to be covering here is honestly peak fiction and should be studied in schools. So, yeah, I am quite thrilled for that as well. And yeah, then, I mean, we don't got much shit for the rest or for the summer, but I mean, the fall is going to be a banger too. We got My Hero will be doing a pretty good arc. Hopefully they don't mess it up this time. We got Bleach, which, you know, I don't give a shit about, but it'll be big, whatever. Chainsaw Man, of course. To Your Eternity will be back. You know, it's just...
To Your Eternity is the same writer as...
A Silent Voice, yeah.
Silent Voice, yeah.
And
How
it
was
is...
that?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a completely different story. I mean, this is just like a fantasy story, but it's extremely well done. It is changing studios, which is a bit alarming because season 1 was very good, but we'll see how that goes. Golden Kamuy is getting a season 4, and now, while I do love Golden Kamuy, it does appear to me that this adaptation cuts out like significant amounts of content to the point of being shocking. Like, I was looking at the arc lists they have on the wiki, and I just read an arc that was like 15 chapters long, and they did it, and it's like super important, and they did it in 3 episodes of the anime. I'm like, what are you doing? There's no way that was good.
That's just too common of a trend, man.
Yeah. Oh my god, Pop Team Epic is coming back in the fall too. Kill me.
Hey, yo.
Jesus Christ.
Now
Yeah,
that's a worth the watch right
Quintuplets
there.
movie too. That's coming out
yes.
spring.
I'm a little worried about that because they can't fit the rest of the manga into a movie, so I think they're just going to cut a lot of stuff out, which is upsetting. But as long as they keep the ending, I'll be good.
I must admit, I did drop quintessential quintuplets.
What is wrong with you? Why are you even here?
Yeah, see, I can't remember why. I think it's just because I was watching a shit ton of stuff at the same time, and then I just kind of dropped all of it together. I don't think it was anything against the anime itself. Or
Better not have been.
Yeah, but yeah, I just remember watching a shit ton of stuff at the same time, and I was like, all right, I don't want to watch anything. And I just dropped it all.
Oh, speaking of quintuplets, I ordered the first box set. I'm gonna be getting that eventually, and then I'll finally read quintuplets. I never actually started it before.
There's a box
Fantastic.
set for it.
Oh, there's a box set for everything now, man. My Hero is getting a box set. Imagine that.
Whoa!
I saw that the
wow,
other day.
whoa.
Yeah, and it was
Yes,
right.
sir.
3 years ago, I said that in 3 years' time it might get a box set, because then they'd finally have enough volumes out for it to be worth it. And yeah,
You know, right now I'm. I guess this is if anybody actually watches my stuff. I made so I'm working on like a new video, and it's like a new type of video on my channel. But I'm basically going through like this really like detailed history of manga box sets, and I finished the script last May, and I also said like in the script of where I said, Yeah, My Hero is probably gonna get a manga box set in the next like couple years. I think that'd be like really stupid to not do that. And so as soon as it came out, I was like, huh, that
Yeah.
felt pretty good.
We manifested it. Here's the thing, though. Where the fuck is the Haikyuu box set?
That
What's wrong?
damn right.
Dude,
Damn
man.
fucking right.
Make
That's
two-
free
it-
money. They should just print that. It still sells
Like,
well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. Like some series just make perfect sense for a box set, and they're like, no. In some series, they're like, yeah, let's do Attack on Titan box sets with 4 volumes. God, I hate Kodansha.
It doesn't make
Also-
any sense.
Oh, speaking of Kodansha, I want to mention Tokyo Revengers. Obviously, we've talked before about how big of idiots they are for letting 7Cs get the license for it. Like, how does that even happen? Like seriously, what the heck?
What'd they do this time?
Well, no, I'm just like curious because I don't think I've ever seen a fan base turn on a series this quick before.
Wait,
Like-
what? What's happened?
Like, apparently just everyone hates Tokyo Revengers now, and it happened out of nowhere because of course it like made a few 24 million copies in a year. It was massive, the anime, everyone was reading it. But like recently, like everything I see about it is people just like, oh, this is dog. I'm like, apparently it's just been in the final arc for like a very long time, and they just keep doing random bullshit. But it's just really weird to see because like I don't see anyone like praise it anymore when I used to see it every week.
That's really weird. Like, gosh, and how long is it?
It's like in its 20s for volume count. The only like thing I can, and they're like I've only seen a few episodes of the anime. I don't really know what's up with the story right now, but like it's possible that like with when the huge boom happened, they just tried to extend it more, and but like other than that, I don't know, man. You see, yeah, can't, yeah, like the Goat Demon Slayer didn't outstay its welcome at all. It just ended at its peak. Like that's how you do it.
Man, that's kind of what it feels like what happened with the Seven Deadly Sins. Like when I read through all of that, like the final arc felt like it just dragged on for so long. It mostly just felt like it just was never gonna end. Like they had the final battle, and then they're like, oh wait, this is actually the final battle, and then there was another final battle, and it's like then it ended, and I was thinking, gosh, dude, it took so long, like, for you to get here. And so I guess I can see where they're coming from with that. It just, if they're just trying to just pull out whatever, just because it just makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, another series getting a lot of hate recently, but I think it's really funny, is Black Clover.
Thank God.
'Cause apparently a big arc ended and like there were no consequences, and I'm like, guys, what do you think you're reading? It's
It's always been like that.
Yeah,
it has always been like
it's
that.
literally yeah.
Honestly, about damn. I'm so glad. It's about damn time that shit like got honestly trashed on.
Dude, it got trashed on at the beginning, and then people were saying, dude, Black Clover is so good. And then all of a sudden, now
like
people are
every
like...
time an arc in Black Clover ends and like everyone who got mortally wounded is alive again, I'm like, guys, you
fairy
should
tale.
know what you're reading by now. Like how you're like 400 chapters in, and the people are still getting mad about this stuff. I'm like,
That's so unfortunate.
whatever,
The first
man.
major thing, and I think I mentioned this like on here before, but the biggest thing to me is I think there was, gosh, I don't remember how many volumes I was in, but I would like, it was just nice, like popcorn entertainment. Like I was just kind of acknowledging that, yeah, this isn't like top tier, but it's really nice fantasy. I can read it and have a good time with it. But then I started thinking about it too hard, and I think one major arc happened, and they went to some like water temple, like some underwater temple thing, and then all of a sudden, Asta got like really injured, and they were like, "You can never use your arms again, and there's no magic that can heal you." And then all of a sudden, they go to this place, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we have the magic that can heal him." And I'm like, "Dude, what? Like this doesn't make sense."
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, Fairy Tail did that way too many times for me. I think I learned my
Well,
lesson.
I think the biggest problem with Fairy Tail, I think, that makes it so much worse than just your normal, like, oh no, a character gets stabbed, chapter ends, and then they're like, oh, he missed my vitals, right? Like, that stuff happens a lot, and it's cringy, but it's fine compared to Fairy Tail, because the problem with Fairy Tail was that they would just straight up, like, actually have their characters die.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember, like, Gray getting, like, shot
The
through the
last
head. And yeah, the last arc in particular, Makarov sacrificing himself, and, like, and turning into
then he's
stone.
just in a wheelchair. He's just
Yeah,
in a
like,
wheelchair.
it's, yeah, like, that was what made that worse. And honestly, Black Clover doesn't seem that bad to me. Like I said, I think it's just funny people are so mad, because I'm like, what did you expect?
My
The
favorite
reason I
part.
said like thank God whenever like you said like you were shitting on it is because there were so many people that tried to get me to watch Black Clover, and I kept telling them no, I'm not watching Black Clover, and then finally now it's getting shit and people are
Blair still
waking
tries to get me to watch it. He's,
please.
yeah.
Does
Dude,
Blair still keep up with it?
Yeah. Well, he was out here defending the new chapters.
Oh, oh, I remember. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Kept
Anyway.
posting like hashtag BC
Anyway,
Twitter hashtag.
Speaking of other people, though, I gotta make fun of Feb and Smitty here. Which, by the way, shout out to Smitty. We give him a lot of shit because he's stupid and a child. But he actually he marathoned the entire Manga Alert podcast in the past few weeks. He watched all 50 episodes.
Wow.
So good for him, I guess. He's our number one fan, unfortunately. Anyway, so he's also a big fan of Dororon, which is a new Shonen Jump series that's absolutely horrible. And it bombed hard, and it's going to be canceled. But him and Feb, they made a bet with me where it had to sell 8,000 copies for them to win, and I said it was never going to happen, and I actually said if it did, I would shoot myself. That was my bet conditions. That's how confident I was that I was going to win, and sure enough, it sold like 4,000 copies. Now they're saying that they're making another bet with me that it will reach 50 chapters, which is more than Samurai 8 did. I'm like, you guys, no.
They want you to shoot yourself that bad?
Yeah. Now, I didn't actually set the condition this time was that if it did, I would have to review Usagri, Ashita no Joe, and then have Smitty on the podcast. So that's what'll happen if it reaches 50 chapters. And yeah, but no, it'll be gone probably below 30.
Why did they? What? I want them to try to strike a deal with me, Smitty. This is your call out as our biggest fan. If you make a deal with me, we'll see it through, buddy.
Also, I find it funny. Smitty was like telling me how I was wrong about Bakuman and that it was actually good and stuff. And now just today he's like, I read Bakuman like a month ago and I forget all of it. I'm like, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, no. He said I forget 90% of it, and I said, yeah. So you forgot all the bad parts. And
then he's like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, such a great series. You forget about all the sexism.
Yeah. So get out of here. Yeah. And finish Steel Ball Run. He stopped reading Steel Ball Run like a year ago.
Yeah, he hates JoJo.
No. Okay, his JoJo takes are like the wildest. Like he thinks part 5 is like the worst part, and he prefers part 1 to like.
Oh, okay.
To like the
words.
like the arrow parts. And he's like, man, I just wish JoJo would go back to the cool stuff. I'm like, you're literally reading the best part right now, and part 8 is also the second best part.
I chugged through part 1 just to get to part 2 and to try and get onto part 3, and part 1 was such a slow chug. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. How far are you in JoJo? Have you read it all?
I think I have read. I know I'm on part 2.
That's all.
Kept
Jeez.
I kept trying to chug through it and get through it because I know that parts 3 and onwards are phenomenal, but. It's a slow chug.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know, the first three parts have kind of like gone down. Like I still really like 2 and 3, but they're nowhere near as good as the later ones. But whatever. I love JoJo. I'm excited for part 9 whenever Araki wants to do that. Oh God, we haven't talked about fucking Goodbye Eri yet. Have you guys read that? Am I the only one?
Not
Who?
even
No, I haven't read it.
Jesus Christ. We call ourselves a manga podcast. This is
Hold on, I'll get educated in a couple clicks.
This was trending on Twitter for like all day. This was Fujimoto's.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh
I
You made a video. Yeah. What's your video about it?
Because it was so good.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Hold up. What's the name?
Goodbye Eri, like ERI. Like Fujimoto, ever since Chainsaw Man ended, he's just been like pumping out some peak fiction. Like what the heck? It's
Dude,
wild.
Look Back is getting printed in a few
Yeah.
months. Let's go.
Yeah, and I imagine Goodbye Eri would too, because that's even longer than Look Back. But it's like fucking
It's a
insane.
one
Like
shot.
yeah, like man, like Goodbye Eri like changed my life, man. Like I still have not stopped thinking about that. That's like way too good for Shonen Jump. I don't even like what the
Dude,
heck. That
I really
you know
want to
what?
read it.
You know what? I'll say it here. It was Gekiga. That's what it was.
Oh.
And if you disagree
OMG,
with me,
at
I
based
will.
and genre.
I will fight you, but not
Dude,
like how
listen,
base fights people.
I don't know what's going on, but like Fujimoto has like been absolutely balling.
He's
like
like-
he.
Yeah.
He's literally like the next like Tezuka at this point. Like, and do this. He's like, isn't he still in his 20s?
Well, okay.
I think he is, yeah.
Okay, let's calm down now. Fire
Okay.
Punch. What was his like?
Listen,
Hey, that was a good
I was
series.
gonna say,
Come
wasn't
on.
Fire Punch like?
it depends on who you ask. I'm not too big a fan of Fire Punch, although I do respect certain aspects of it, and it's those aspects that he's continued to evolve more. So now some people still really love Fire Punch, I guess, but yeah, not every Tezuka.
I
still
liked
had
it
some
a lot.
stinkers. Yeah,
I thought it was
we
like
know.
an 8 out of
What's-
10.
Yeah,
What's this
you-
I'm seeing about Chainsaw Man 2 being a thing?
Oh God, how far behind on this shit are you? We're
Okay,
almost at the hour now. And you don't even.
And I think we already established it's been a good couple.
Have
of
you
years.
finished Chainsaw Man?
what's Chainsaw
No.
Man?
Okay, so Chainsaw Man, its ending is basically the ending of the first part, and it's like the first like 100 chapters.
Yeah, I'm on chapter 9.
Yeah. So catch up. Then after that, there's gonna be a part 2 sometime this year, supposedly, and whether or not that happens just depends. I don't know.
Honestly,
Fujimoto
like, as much as I love Chainsaw Man, I mean, if he's making stuff like Goodbye Eri, I'd be fine with him doing that for the rest of his career, honestly.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, like.
And yeah, I'm very excited, but it's just gonna be really interesting because like Chainsaw Man, like the ending, like the climax of that was just so insane and high stakes. I'm like, what on earth do you have planned for part 2?
Yeah,
I mean,
so I truthfully, I don't want Chainsaw Man to overstay its welcome. Like, if part 2 wraps the whole thing up, that's all I want. Like, this is one series that I'm like, it's one of the few series that I'm like, there doesn't need to be any more. I'm okay with a part 2 because I guess if there's a certain plan, I don't know how, like, what's gonna happen.
well, we
honestly,
know how
from the
it's
way-
gonna start, and it sounds amazing. But
Yeah, so that's, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about series like that is when they leave you, talking about it, even though it's not, I guess, completely wrapped up. I feel like they should just leave it at that. I mean, you look at like the first season of The Promised Neverland, like fucking amazing season, right? If they had left it there, I'm sure people would have been talking about it for quite a long while. But then just ruining it with the second season just made it. Now it's
I
just
mean,
gonna fade into
yeah,
mediocrity.
like, I'm pretty confident Fujimoto will pull it off, but yeah, you're hoping for the best. And just, I mean, Shonen Jump now is pretty like chill with letting creators end things on their own terms. So, they're even. I mean, Chainsaw Man's going to be in Jump Plus, and we don't know what that means for the release. It could still be weekly, but it could also move to bi-weekly or monthly. We could be getting longer chapters. Like, who knows what's going to happen. So
The last like author doing new stuff is I'm really excited to see what Arakawa does now that
Right.
she's off of Heroic Legend of Arslan.
Mm.
It makes me really want to go back and read like Silver Spoon.
Yeah. Well, she has that new series going, which I haven't heard about much about,
which is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I said when it started, I'm like, if this is half as good as Full Metal Alchemist, it'll be
Because Arslan was like an adaptation, right? Like
yeah,
I'm
it
not
was
like
it was a novel adaptation, I think.
yeah, and I mean I heard good things about
Light novel manga suck.
yeah
Yeah. Read a real book, you idiots.
yeah
Read Mistborn.
no
Read the Morbius novel adaptation.
yeah
Morbius, not the junior novelization. It has pictures in the middle. You can see Matt Smith do his shirtless dance.
Oh gosh.
God, what a fucking shit ass movie. Anyway,
The Uncharted novel adaptation. That's a thing.
the Uncharted. You guys know they made a game out of the Uncharted movie? It was crazy.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, they made like 5 of them. They made 6 of them, I think. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think just any movie with Tom Holland is just instantly gonna get traction.
cut the
like
bit cut the bit
Alright, guys. Thanks so much for watching Manga Alert. Neptune, I hope we gave you enough education, and hopefully next time you're on, you will have read everything, every single
that.
manga,
Yeah.
like literally everything.
And
I
every light
think
novel.
one thing I would like to ask before we leave it off.
Okay.
Give me a homework. I am a college student, however, after all. So give me a homework assignment. Give me one manga each that I should catch up on.
Good idea.
Either catch up to Spy Family or finish Chainsaw Man. Those are the two that I'm like, you should. If you're talking about just current stuff right now, those are your 2 best options, I think.
Okay, Buzz. Don't say Ruby.
Man.
The new season's delayed anyways.
I want to pick
It wouldn't even
something
matter.
kind of short.
How
I
are
would
there
say
so
Yona
many
of the
seasons?
Dawn.
Okay, I'm sorry. How many of fucking Ruby seasons are they gonna make? How long is that shit gonna be?
It's going to volume 9.
Like
Actually,
Thunder
I
Bone
don't
Your
know.
Teeth.
I don't think it's
Ruby?
even ending with the new one.
What the heck, man? How are people?
I think it's
how
gonna
is
go
that
to probably 11 or so.
How is that even still profitable? And it's getting an anime from Shaft. What on earth?
Yeah.
What,
Oh yeah, I heard about
Bro,
that.
it looks so good though.
how? Like, watch it be actually amazing, and then like people go to the original and they're like, oh, what the fuck?
Dude, it's
Oh.
gonna be peak.
Jesus.
I'm
Christ.
so excited since I love Shaft.
Yeah, you love Shaft. Anyway. Anyway.
Wow. Okay, Gear. Wow. Right. Honestly, Land of Illustrious. It's one of my new favorites, and it's not super long right now. I think it's 13 volumes.
Oshinoko. It is a mystery thriller. It's by the writer of Kaguya-sama, and it is incredible. It's in my top 10 manga of all time. You're best going into it without knowing anything about the plot.
I think that's good for me.
Yeah, just get on it. It's
also
only
related
like,
to the Love is War series as well.
it's actually part of the same universe as Kaguya-sama, which is amazing. And yeah, it's not very long. It's like there's like 70 chapters now or something. So yeah. And with that, thank you all so much.
Read Ayakashi Triangle.
No, do not.
We don't promote that around here. That doesn't reflect the thoughts of Manga Learn.
Thank you all so much for listening to Manga Alert. We are now the #1 podcast on all of Spotify.
Let's go.
They've given us a 100 million exclusivity deal. We have some. I can't say too much, but they're working on a Manga Alert movie now. So.
And I think depending on how this month goes, this might be the last episode of the season.
What on there? What? We're not
There's
ending the
some-
season like this. This is such a lame way to end the season. Come on.
Yeah,
It's
I thought you
just
said you were gonna
wow.
go
Okay,
to the
then
summer
guys,
or
come back for
something.
the come back next month. Yeah, listen, I leave at the end of next month, so come back next month for the last
Oh
episode.
shit! I'm gonna be
of the
gone for
season.
most of May. Okay, we're still gonna make.
Oh,
we're
shoot,
gonna make a season. We'll
exactly.
come back for the season finale. We'll see you guys then.
Okay.
The end.
All right. See you next week.